How do you create a werewolf character? My first tip is consider how I first became a werewolf. When you begin developing your werewolf character in your book, think about how your character first became a werewolf. Were they born that way, or maybe they were turned into a werewolf? In many cases, a character can be turned into a werewolf by maybe being bitten by a werewolf, by a certain curse, or maybe they find some strange artifact or mysterious object that turns them into a werewolf. So really think about how the characters in your book could potentially become werewolves, or is it something that is only limited to a character being born as a werewolf? My second tip is write from two sides, the human and the wolf. Werewolf characters are very interesting character types to write about because essentially when you're writing a werewolf character, you are not only focusing on the werewolf side, but you're also really focusing on the human side and the wolf side merged together. So it's important that in the writing process, you really focus on writing both parts of this interesting character type. Consider which aspects of their personality are most prominent when they are in their human form, and think about what aspects of their personality come to the surface when they become a werewolf. Also think about how these two sides of them maybe clash, or the different sides of them that are prominent when they are either a human and a werewolf together. My third tip is consider their internal and external conflicts as a werewolf. Being a werewolf character would be very difficult, especially if they were originally a human and then they were turned into a werewolf. There would be many difficulties that this character type would have to experience and go through. And one of the major things you have to focus on when writing them is their internal and external conflicts. The internal conflicts are what happens inside the character's mind. So this might be the way they feel about themselves and feel about the world, and the difficulties that they experience inside their minds. So in the example of a werewolf character, maybe an internal conflict for them is that they feel like everyone is constantly judging them for the way they look, or for the difficulties that they have to go through when they turn into a werewolf. Maybe they feel an internal conflict because they have to hide certain aspects of their personality as a werewolf. Maybe as a wolf they want to do certain things, but they have to try and hide that within themselves so they don't get judged, or so that they don't get noticed as being a werewolf. External conflicts are conflicts that happen outside of your character. So this could be arguments, this could be bad situations, this could be scary moments that your character has to face physically. So for example, an external conflict as a werewolf character might be that they really want to follow their wolf instincts, and when they do, they might cause destruction to certain places around them, they might scare the people around them, they might want to do a lot of wolf-like things that may not be really normal, and that causes a lot of confusion in the people around them. Really think about with your werewolf character what internal and external conflicts they may face and how it affects them in the world of your book.